So I was at U-Bahn. So this was the event. A lot of people, especially Dave, shit, hit me up, busting my balls. All right, so the guy on the poster is the guest bartender. If you haven't heard of this, a lot of times in the cities, what they've been doing, is they'll bring in an influencer. They don't bartend at all, you know what I mean? But they bring in some type of influencer. They have some type of event, and they'll have the influencer as the guest bartender. They show them the basics of bartending, so they can kind of like mix, basic drinks and stuff like that. And then it's just a fun novelty thing to have someone that you follow or you're a fan of or something, be the bartender back there and, hey, what's up, and make you a drink and all that. So that's what they're doing here. And of course, I post a poster, and it's like, whoa, they're putting a bartender on the poster before the DJ. Whoa, must. Like, Nick, you loser. So, and I get it. Funny, very funny, whatever. Okay. Still cool. Happy to be a part of it. I'm trying to do more club stuff. I love events like this because, gigs like this, it's just it makes me have to really dig, and it's just a whole new challenge for me, and it's different music than I ever get to play. Now, how I prepared for this, similar to the way I prepare to other stuff, but I had to dig really deep, and I want to show you guys a couple examples and a couple things I did in particular that was different from like when I talked about preparing for Penn State's club or a bar or something like that. Now, this is how I organized my crates, first of all. So it was a 5-hour event, so it was 9 to 2, and these were my thoughts, right? I wanted to make a chill crate. Usually I just do early and late, but for this in particular, I made a chill crate. This crate was for if early on, you know what I mean? There's not a lot of people there. There's only 2-3 people there, nobody there, right? I was figuring we're starting at 9. It's so early for a club that like there's probably going to be some downtime that first hour. It's probably going to be kind of empty. And I don't want to play like, waste any good stuff, even the good early opener stuff. And at the same time, it's kind of awkward. You don't want to play stuff that's like too hype when there's nobody in the room. It's just weird. It gets awkward, right? So I made this folder. And I will say the only thing I wish I did different with this was I wish I expanded this folder because I needed it. I was right, but I didn't have enough in there. I think I had like 20 solid songs. And when I talk about like I want to give you guys an example, like, I don't know, Better Now by Post Malone, or, what's that one song? Oh, shibbity up. Whoa, that Shine song, like shit like that. You know what I mean? Like it's a bop, and it's like a, like a 70 something, 80 BPM. Like it's a bop. You'll know the song, but like it's not two-steppable in my opinion, or it's a very slow two-step, like stuff like that. Like that fits in with, like, for me, that fits in when you have an empty space. You don't have like a lot of people there and whatnot, so it's not awkward. You're not playing like, oh, calm down, bro. Like there's nobody here yet, but you still got some like music that people can kind of sway to. So that was my chill folder. Early on, all two-steppable, recognizable tracks, but not like peak hour, not like the hot shit, but like, the older hot shit, obviously. Late is all the hot shit, all your peak hour, basic stuff. And then new was a lot of tracks I found that I thought would go off, but I wasn't sure. I haven't played them yet. You know what I mean? I mean, at the end of the day, I do a lot of weddings, and I'm getting into these club things, and I got to figure some stuff out. It's this is all kind of new to me. So, a lot of tracks that New was filled with DaBaby and all kinds of like tracks I personally love, and I'll play on Twitch or something like that. But like, does it work out? I don't know. I think it would. I was hoping it would, but I wasn't sure for sure. So I kept those separate. And the reason why I kept those separate is, I would sprinkle those in, and with the whole game plan of like having a backup. So like I would go to the new, but then I would be in the late folder ready to go in case like one of my news didn't work. And then I can play something that's proven, a proven peak hour track and like keep it pushing, So that's how I kind of like sprinkled that in. But most of the tracks in my new actually did work. So, and that worked out. I mean, it's cool. Like it was so much fun. Like Philly is like such a dialed in crowd. Like they know it. Like I played a couple songs that came out within like a week or two, and they knew it. Like they were bopping, and I was like, wow. So I had so much fun with that. Another thing I did though, so basically this is how I organize my crates. Now, research and music, I already have like a bar and club like folders and stuff, you know what I mean? Just from past, and we talked about on the show, right? I have all these crates and I have tons of stuff in there. But for Philly, I wanted to, I know I could always fall back on that, but like I wanted to, look up a lot of like specific things just for Philly, Philly artists, Philly type music, and then just like deeper stuff that I know like Philly people would like. And, and I want to discover new stuff too. So I did a couple things. things. Number one, I perused this guy's profile. So this is the person who was like the guest bartender. His name's Will Toms. Really cool guy. He actually founded this thing called Rec Philly, and it's like this recreational center in Philly. And they record podcasts there. You can rent space. It's just all about just like creating. Like it's like all these creative spaces. It's so cool. I'm actually going to go tour it tomorrow. So shout out to him. All that it's so cool. It's so cool. I didn't even really hear about this stuff until now. So that's super cool. But anyway, I perused his profile and I looked at like one thing I did do is I if he posted a reel or something or any one of his posts that he used like an actual real song, I added that song to my playlist. And then like if it was a song by an artist I didn't really know, I dug deep into that artist, looked at what their top tracks were. I really utilized Setlist.fm, which I want to show you guys real quick. Like look at this. Ready? So I'm looking at my MacBook there. So Setlist.fm, this is something that Digital Dave told us about on the show, right? So I literally learned about this live on the show when I had Digital Dave on here. And it's the Setlist Wiki. So what this is, I want to actually physically show you guys this because this is like a game changer for me. You basically look up any artist, tour, whatever. So let's say Kanye West, right? You look this up. You go artist statistics here. And then it gives you, based on all the shows they've played throughout their entire career, how many times they played each song, a list in order of which songs they play the most when they're on tour. And this is insanely valuable because obviously the artists are playing the songs that obviously the artists are playing the songs that the people want to hear, and there's so many songs on these lists that like weren't necessarily on the radio, weren't necessarily like, a Billboard top hit, but people who like that artist love those songs. So I discovered so many like new songs that way, just like doing reverse searches on artists and whatnot, artists I found on his profile. I also looked up a couple of my favorite like Philly DJs, Matthew Law is a really good DJ from Philly, Cosmo Baker. So I'm looking at Sat One, I'm looking at theirs and I'm listening to their sets and, oh yeah, I forgot about this artist, forgot about this song, you know what I mean? And then digging more into that artist, finding like deeper Joe Budden or, like all kinds of stuff, So that's kind of how I got into these rabbit holes and I created these crates and I just added. I knew it was a 5-hour set. So I figured 1 minute per music. So I shot to have 300 songs in all these crates. And I figured if I had 300 songs in all these crates all together, plus all my bar and club lists, I was good to go. I was never going to run out of shit to play and I could definitely keep it moving. I wouldn't have to move too slow or whatever. And, and it worked out really, really, really good. So I don't know. That's how I prepped for that. Call me a psycho, but, I wanted to do a good job and it was fun. And I discovered so much more music. I'm going to play a lot of it on Twitch tonight. I have these crazy crates now. So, DJs, if you get a new challenge, just go all in, do the work. Cause like now I'm going to have these crates forever, and it's worth it. If I would have won it, like I probably would have did okay, but like it wouldn't have been, I played a lot of stuff that I feel like was like more like kind of outside the box, more like in their realm where it was kind of like, oh shit, like I'm surprised he even knows this kind of thing, so that's what it's all about, people.